the Democrats are just, the plan is just to cheat, right? I mean, I've been saying this since February that COVID-19 was obviously going to be used to create an illusion, as if the polls are close. I mean, it is laugh out loud hilarious that they are pretending that this election is close. Joe Biden cannot sell out a high school cafeteria. He's never been able to, by the way. If we're being honest about what they had on the Democrat side, we know for a fact that Bernie Sanders, people were behind him. You could see it. You could see it in the crowds. There was an energy behind Bernie Sanders. We have never seen this for Joe Biden. You go look at a Trump rally, bikers for Trump, boaters for Trump, people that are on literally just taking their boats down and running the Trump flag. There was a rally for Trump in Beverly Hills, California yesterday. A bunch of people just rallying for Trump. Everywhere you go, he's selling out arenas. It is very clear that this election is not close, right? But they're pretending that Joe Biden is winning or that it's competitive in these certain states. Why? Because now they're going to say, okay, COVID-19, they've been saying this at the beginning, this is the reason why you can't see him sell out any rooms because of COVID-19. We have to protect our candidate. It's all about COVID-19. He's not winning. They're going to cheat with mail-in ballots, okay? Somebody has to say it. The plan on the Democrat side is to cheat with mail-in ballots. If they were 14 points ahead and all of these crazy polls that are lying through their teeth, these same polls that told us Hillary was going to win by 95%, why are they stressed out right now? Why are they panicking? Why do they just have a person on their team send out a letter telling all of them that we still must fight and that a lot of these polls are wrong? So the plan on the Democrat side is to cheat and to create an illusion, and they've been doing that all year, right? They've been harping on this fear. People aren't afraid of COVID-19 anymore. COVID-19 infection rates are down, or they say the infection rates are up, but the hospitals are no longer overwhelmed, but everyone's testing positive for COVID-19 even though they have no symptoms, right? And they have to keep these lockdowns going. They want the kids in the mask because they want people to be mentally afraid. They want people to be scared enough to opt in to mail-in ballots, right? And whatever little plan they have on the back end of that is going to be to try to transform the election. Facebook isn't on the gig, right? Oh, we are all saying on election night for the first time in American history, we're not going to know the results. We're going to have to wait. It might take weeks to find out. Once we calculate all these mail-in ballots, they've already probably have harvested in some room somewhere, right? And I'm just thinking, like, this is getting ridiculous. Like, we are all sitting here silently. We all know that the Democrats are planning to cheat in this election. Like, we all know it. There's just no way. They are now saying they can't do any more debates. I mean, this is not a true election, right? They're telling us we can't meet up. Oh, social distancing, basically saying for all of the conservatives on the ground, you are not allowed to do your work and to go out and speak and talk about your issues. The censorship that we're even seeing today, mind you, let's just get something straight. Go walk into a bookstore if you want to see how deeply embedded this censorship goes. The top 10 books right now on Amazon, like 6 of them are all conservative, right? I have been trying to for weeks, okay? I have had the number 2 book in the country. I have been on the New York Times bestseller list for the last 6 weeks. That's quite an accomplishment to be my first book on the New York Times bestseller list for 6 weeks. I can't find my book in an Amazon store. I have been on Amazon's bestseller list for 6 weeks and I can't find my book in an Amazon bookstore. How is that possible? I walk in today and I'm like, okay, let me just actually try to find a conservative book. You walk in, there's a display for Bob Woodward's Rage. There's a display for Michael Cohen's Disloyal. They have all of these. Michelle Obama's Becoming somehow is still the first book you see when you walk in. You go to the back of the store and it says bestsellers, political bestsellers. At the very bottom of the shelf, they've stuffed Ben Shapiro's book, Sean Hannity's book, all of these books that should be at the top and be front and center. How is this legal? How is this allowed? Could you imagine walking into a music store and the top songs are all hip hop and rap songs, and yet they're hidden from the store and they're only showing you Taylor Swift songs? Or people would be freaking out. They'd be saying it was discriminatory. Somehow, we conservatives have allowed this to happen. They're rigging the debates. They're picking Obama supporters to be the moderators of this debate. The most conservative person that we could possibly get is a person, Chris Wallace, who hates Trump on Fox News. Why is the RNC complacent with this? Why are we accepting this? I'm just getting to the point right now where I'm getting sick of the fact that nobody is just openly stating the truth. The Democrats are trying to cheat an election in America, right? At the same time, they are employing a communist system, telling people where they can go, where they can shop, when they can open their stores, when they can breathe, okay? Which makes entirely no sense. None of the rules make any sense. You know, I've just traveled this week. I'm in different states every day. The rules are all different. In DC, you're allowed to eat in the restaurants. In Los Angeles, you're not allowed to eat in the restaurants. In DC, if you're standing in a restaurant, it's not okay. You have to have your mask on. But if you're sitting in a restaurant, you're fine. None of these rules make any sense. They're all stupid. They're all ridiculous. They're all made up, right? This is all about fear-mongering. The fact that even at these debates, the only questions they are asking are about race and COVID-19. What Americans are obsessed right now with only knowing about race and COVID-19? We want to know when our schools are going to be open. We want to know when our businesses are going to be open. Instead, they're trying to fearmonger and make us fearful, make it seem like we're all petrified about the death rate while not talking about the comparative death rates of other viruses and that we've had forever. When in the world, by the way, while I'm on this rant, have we ever seen our society shut down over a virus with this low of a death rate? This is crazy. Think about the viruses, and worldwide, think about the viruses that exist right now. Think about like Ebola, which literally just explodes your insides. They never shut down the world. Think about the swine flu. They never, ever have shut down the world. And yet they are doing it right now, and people are accepting it. I'm proud to say I'm not accepting it. I don't wear my mask anywhere. Nowhere. If I have to wear it inside of a store to get something, fine, because I respect business owners and I understand they will have their businesses shut down if I don't. But I don't wear a mask otherwise. I haven't stopped traveling. Do you guys understand what is happening right now in this country is satanic, right? Like, this is like next level stuff that we have never seen in our entire lives. Facebook shutting down speech, highlighting fact checkers to fact check your opinion. You are not allowed to have an opinion that is not in agreement with some shadow government that we have no idea, which seems to be operating everything. Since when can't you put an opinion on Facebook? This will probably get censored. This video right here will probably get censored from the internet because we all have to be in line with groupthink. I just had that Dr. Stella Emanuel, the one who was the first one to speak out against COVID-19 and saying that, hey guys, hydroxychloroquine works, and they censored her video. I just had her on my show, and she was saying how crazy it is to be an actual medical professional, and they are being censored if they don't go along with the preferred opinion about COVID-19, which is fear-mongering, right? When does that ever happen in the world? You can get a second doctor's opinion about anything. People with cancer. Some people go and they blast their cancer. The other people prefer to eat a raw vegetable diet. Both perspectives are allowed to exist about a terminal illness. Something, if people know you are dying, right? You can still go and pursue different opinions for cancer. You can get different opinions for full-blown AIDS if you're suffering from it. I am pregnant. I can get different opinions. I can go to a doctor who says you should, when your child is born, you should get every vaccine available. I can go to a doctor that says no, vaccines are bad. They do not censor and cripple these doctors from being able to have a platform to speak and to say their ideas, even if they're disagreed upon. What the hell is going on in America right now? What the hell is going on? I mean, I literally just today, I was just looking around at kids with masks on their faces, knowing fully well that kids have a higher chance of dying of the flu, and we have never masked our children. Do we live in Iran? Like, what the hell? Sorry, I just got a phone call. That's why I just blacked out. But I was just stressed out today, like just getting super frustrated thinking about what is happening right now in this country, and people are not brave enough to speak out. Like, I meet people who are like, well, I don't want to lose my job. Do you want to lose your country? I don't want to lose. Do you want to lose America? Like, are you like, hey, I'd like to keep this job, even if it's a socialist country and a communist country and I have to mask my children? Is that like what you're willing to risk to keep your mouth shut so your neighbors like you? I mean, because that's where we're at right now. Every single person should be doing what they can right now in this election cycle, speaking up, speaking out, get into the arguments on Facebook. Who cares? This is crazy. Like, we have to start standing up and speaking out. This is like, we've never seen this before in our country. We're going to wake up and we are not going to have this country because the Democrats are trying to cheat this election cycle. Stop pretending that Joe Biden is winning. That's all I have to say.